What if the biggest fight in AI isn't about technology at all, but about who broke the promise first? Look, AI isn't some side project anymore. It shapes money, power, or jobs. What we believe is true. The people building the most powerful AI systems on Earth, they're not just making products. They're deciding what the future does. And right in the middle of the biggest feud in AI are two guys who used to be on the same team. Elon Musk, Sam Altman. They started OpenAI together. Safety, transparency, protecting humanity from runaway AI. That was the pitch. Then it all fell apart. OpenAI went one direction. Musk walked. Years later, he launches xAI and starts openly attacking what OpenAI became. But underneath, there's a betrayal. At least someone thinks so. And honestly, the truth isn't clean. It's messy. It's human. And depending on who you ask, it flips completely. OpenAI wasn't supposed to be a company. It was a warning. 2015. The fear wasn't profit. The fear was control. Musk had been sounding alarms about AI for years. He literally compared it to summoning a demon. So OpenAI launches as a non-profit. Open Research Lab. The promise? Build advanced AI but keep it open. Sure. Safe. No secret hoarding. No corporate monopoly. No runaway race without guardrails. Sam Altman becomes the face. Musk becomes the loudest voice. Money flows in. Talent flows in. Researchers sign on because this feels different. And that's where the first crack shows up. Because open sounds great. But what does it actually mean? How open is open when the models get dangerous? How do you share power without letting it get abused? Who decides when openness becomes a liability? Those questions didn't have answers. But they were already creating tension. Musk believed OpenAI had to stay radically transparent or it shouldn't exist. Altman believed survival required compromise. That difference? It would eventually rip everything apart. By 2018, Musk's off the board. Officially? Conflicts of interest, disagreements, time constraints, polite language. Behind the scenes? Obvious tension. OpenAI was scaling up. Scale needs money. Money needs partners. And partners want control. Or at least influence. Then Microsoft shows up. OpenAI creates this capped profit hybrid structure. Still mission-driven, supposedly. But now deeply tied to one of the biggest corporations on the planet. Compute power explodes. Models get massive. Capabilities accelerate. From Musk's view, the promise is breaking in real time. OpenAI isn't open anymore. Models are closed. Access is restricted. Power is centralized. The exact thing it was created to prevent. From Altman's view, this is the only way to compete. Google has resources. Meta has resources. China has state backing. Idealism without infrastructure? You lose. And losing in AI might be worse than compromising. This wasn't a business disagreement. It was a philosophical divorce. Musk saw betrayal. Altman saw survival. And once that line got crossed, no going back. When Musk launches xAI, he doesn't hold back. He criticizes OpenAI by name. Calls it closed, profit-driven, misaligned. Frames xAI as a return to the original vision. Truth-seeking. Transparency. Safety. But here's the thing. xAI is also a contradiction. It's private. It competes hard. It builds large models. It integrates straight into X, a platform Musk completely controls. So what makes it different? In Musk's mind, the betrayal wasn't about profit. It was about control. He thinks the most powerful AI systems shouldn't be quietly steered by a small group, especially one aligned with corporate or political interests. OpenAI's partnership model? That's a slow handoff of influence. Not to the public. To institutions. Altman probably sees that as selective. Tesla? SpaceX? Neuralink? All tightly controlled. All move fast. All operate behind closed doors when it suits them. So the real fight isn't open versus closed. It's who gets to decide the rules. xAI exists to compete, sure. But it also exists to challenge legitimacy. To send a message. OpenAI doesn't represent the mission anymore. And Musk wants everyone to remember that. If you're on Musk's side, the betrayal is obvious. OpenAI promised openness. Safety first. Independence. And it ended up as a core piece of the AI arms race, backed by one of the most powerful companies on Earth. Altman didn't just pivot. He crossed a line. But if you're on Altman's side, the betrayal came earlier. Musk wanted control without responsibility. He left when he couldn't steer things his way. And criticizing OpenAI now while building a rival? That's not moral outrage. That's strategy. And then there's the uncomfortable third option. Nobody betrayed anyone. The mission itself was impossible. AI at this scale demands trade-offs. Total openness invites misuse. Total safety slows progress. Total independence limits resources. Someone was always going to compromise. Maybe the real betrayal isn't personal. Maybe it's the gap between what sounded noble in 2015 and what became necessary by 2025. The tragedy? Both sides think they're protecting humanity. They just don't trust each other to do it. This isn't just Musk versus Altman. It's idealism versus survival. Openness versus control. Trust versus power. OpenAI changed to stay competitive. Musk left to preserve the vision, at least his version of it. XAI isn't revenge. It's a statement. And OpenAI isn't a villain. It's an evolution. The betrayal feels real because the stakes are real. And as AI keeps accelerating, this fight isn't ending anytime soon.